Nagsimula po siya sa isang maliit na ice cream parlor noong taong 1975. Ipinanganak po siya noong January 5, 1953. Nakapagtapos po siya ng pag-aaral sa University of Santo Tomas sa kursyong Chemical Engineering. Siya po ang may-ari ng pinakamalaking fast food chain dito sa bansang Pilipinas. Ang network po niya ay 2.4 billion US dollar ngayong taong 2020 ayon sa Forbes magazine. Siya po ang founder ng Jollibee Food Corporation at isa sa mga kanyang pag-aari ay Chowking, Mang Inasal, Red Ribbon, Burger King at marami pa pong iba. From rags to riches, siya po ay si Tony Tan Caktiong at ito po ang kanyang 10 rules for success.
Let's dream and then dream big. And dreams are considered free to do, di ba? So let's just dream and dream big. And also make sure, of course, while we're dreaming, we planted our feet in terms of what's reality also. In the Philippines,
the bee as a symbol for everybody.
Why?
Kasi the bee is very busy and it's hopping around. And while being busy, it's producing honey, which is sweet things for life.
oh, Jollibee, it started with, because personally I really love cartoon characters from Disney. So I wanted a cartoon to represent the group. And the bee, of course, we know it's busy, hopping around, producing nice things for life, which is honey. So the bee will be a very good symbol for the group and also being teamwork. And then if we are happy, if we are busy, we should be happy. If not, life is not worth it. So we put the word jolly. And then change the Y to letter I so we can register it properly. Is becoming very important because you need to distinguish yourself from the others. It's a very competitive world. You need to create something unique, and that uniqueness will not be copied or diluted by counterfeiting. We have some cases where people will do other things like garments or shoes, and they will call it Jollibee. Overseas, they will open a restaurant or fast food also called Jollibee, even with the same drawing, and we have to enforce that properly. Because if you don't enforce it properly, your brand image will get diluted over time.
So in 1978, we decided to shift to hamburger as our focus and also to professionalize our management. It was not an easy change as we had to contend with new people and new processes. And suddenly, we learned that the biggest multinational hamburger chain in the world was about to enter the Philippine market. Many of my well-intentioned friends advised us to sell out while we still could. Their mindset was, how could a small local Filipino company with only 5 stores back then take on the leading multinational in a business they had practically invented, the hamburgers? This was a moment of truth for us, a moment that directly tested my hope and my ambition. If I had no hope, I would have sold out the business right then, and I would not be standing here in front of you today. Instead, I might be flipping burgers for you know who. Maybe I was naive during those moments, but I believe that we could succeed in the hamburger business, even against the biggest player in the world. I did not make up that belief, and I really believe it. For better or worse, that was my mindset. That's because I knew our customers like our hamburgers, they liked their taste, and they kept coming back. My father, who once had owned a restaurant in Davao, always told us that in the restaurant business, it's the taste that counts. That sounds elementary, doesn't it? And very basic, but it's very important. I was convinced that our company could offer better tasting products than our competitors. So we went ahead and we opened up one store at a time, slowly at first. Then when we saw that each store was making money, we opened more. Since then, we never lost our leadership position, and I guess that's because our customers really like our products, especially a new chicken product we added early on called Chicken Joy. I admit, those early days of Jollibee were not easy. We went through lots of challenges. We took plenty of risks, and in taking these risks, there were times we would lose money due to the mistakes we could make. But throughout these challenges, I continued to have high hopes that anything is possible. I think I picked up this belief from my mom, that things are predestined in a certain way, and that our role is to do what we can as best as what we can and don't worry about the outcome. The outcome will take care of itself. This belief has kept me sleeping well at night. It has freed me up to take on whatever comes next. It gives me new hope every day. So whenever we face a crisis or an obstacle, I saw it as an opportunity to build new strength. Nothing in my mind held me back, and somehow a solution would always appear. I feel lucky to have this mindset, and somehow I still have it today.
Never be afraid to fail. Having made countless mistakes, I can say firsthand that some of the greatest and most meaningful learnings come from failures.
Now let me name some sort of our brands that you may not be so familiar with. Brands like Mary's Chicken and Copenhagen Ice Cream. These are brands that we started and failed to grow. If you dream big and put your dreams into action, you will inevitably make mistakes. But don't be scared to make mistakes. Just be quick in realizing the mistake and correcting them as best and as fast as you can. Learn from each mistake, and it will not be a waste of your time. Coupled with this belief, I also believe that we should give our fellow men more than they expect, whether they be customers, co-workers, suppliers, families, or friends. I think that comes from a view that we don't have to be greedy in our daily lives or business. If we strike the right balance, we share the benefits with whomever we're dealing. Surprisingly, there's always seems to be more than enough to go around for everyone.
In addition, continually growing the business also allowed us to give back in a much more organized way when we founded the Jollibee Group Foundation, led by my wife, Grace, some 14 years ago. With our two core programs, the Farmer Entrepreneurship Program and Lusok Talino Program, it enabled us to give real meaning to the importance of giving back and fulfilling our responsibility of doing more than our fair shares in nation building. As I contemplate the journey I have taken, I've also learned that the most successful businesses are those whose reason for being goes far beyond simply making money. That the businesses that are admired and built to last are those who also believe that everything ultimately begins and ends with people. Especially for the businessmen and aspiring entrepreneurs here today, always take care and believe in your people. Regardless of your industry, taking care of your people is paramount. As is in life, business involves making choices. Anything is possible, but one cannot do or have everything. In our case in JFC, we made the choice of creating joy and happiness through food, through great tasting food. Since we opened our first store to this day, Our mission of spreading the joy of eating to everyone essentially remains the same. When we were very small, while we were not well-to-do as a family, the joy of eating was something we actually experienced growing up from our father, who was a chef. He simply had a natural talent and cooked really delicious food, even with the most basic of ingredients. I'll also recall an important lesson I learned from him when he told us that if you are a tailor, you have to make sure the clothes fit perfectly well. It was that lesson that influenced my belief that if you are in the restaurant business, you need to make sure the food tastes really.
Think of their states of mind, their mindsets. If we place no restrictions on ourselves, then we are capable of doing anything. If we are not greedy, then more things will return to us. If we give more to our fellow men and to our customers than they expect, they'll return over and over again. So to you all who are these nations and this world's current and future entrepreneurs, leaders, and innovators, see if you can find that state of mind and feel it, because with this in your arsenal, anything is possible. If you can feel it and live it, you will know how to create a beautiful future for yourselves and for your country. If we believe in our dream and pursue it with passion and discipline, then whatever the dream may be, we can achieve it. If we pursue it to the best of our ability, we don't need to worry about the outcome, because the outcome will take care of itself. It is within our own power to make our dreams a reality. They are not created by anyone other than ourselves. So my dear audience, you're in the driver's seat to create your own future. And by creating your future, you're also creating the future of your land and our land. Seize the moment and make your entrepreneurial dreams come true. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Langhap, sarap. Lasang Pinoy. Maraming salamat po sa panonood. Huwag niyo pong kalimutan mag-subscribe at i-click yung bell button para laging updated po kayo sa iba ko pang gagawing video. Maraming salamat po. Thank you.